Hey there everyone, Video Game Cabinet here, and tonight we're doing a review of Mighty Final Fight for the NES. Mighty Final Fight was a late release title for the NES, and I just beat the game with Cody earlier today. This game came out in 1993, a couple years after the Super Nintendo had already debuted. Therefore, it did not sell very many copies and is now seen by many as a hidden gem for the 8-bit system. Mighty Final Fight is a satirical spin-off of the original Final Fight from the arcades, sporting a cutesy motif with super deformed characters. You can choose between 3 characters, Cody, Guy, and Hagar. I chose Cody during my playthrough because he had a good balance of strength and speed. I think Mighty Final Fight is the best beat-em-up that I have personally played on the NES. I haven't played them all, but this one's the best for me. It's a shame that there is no 2-player option, but playing solo is still a lot of fun. Capcom did a very good job with this title, and it has the same level of polish that you would expect from the company in the 1990s. Most beat-em-ups can get a bit repetitive, but Mighty Final Fight alleviates that by sticking to 5 short but sweet levels. And each character plays differently, so there's some replay value to be had. I loved fighting enemies with the simple but precise controls. The hit detection is spot on, and everything feels tight. The game even sports light RPG elements in that you earn experience and level up. Once you reach level 4, Cody can throw a Hadouken, which helps a lot during boss battles. Punching enemies and pulling off combos feels very satisfying, as every hit feels like it has impact. Due to the hardware limitations, there are never more than 2 enemies on the screen at once, but this works well for allowing the player to fight smart and plan their strategy. Certain enemies will constantly block your punches, and you'll need to execute a throw to hurt them. And others, specifically bosses, will punish you for jump attacks at the wrong time. There's a good variety of bad guys here for how short the game is. The music is also catchy and enjoyable, and the graphics look good for an 8-bit title. I'm giving Mighty Final Fight an 8 out of 10. Even though many players had moved on to the 16-bit consoles by 1993, this title showed that the 8-bit NES still had some life left in it. So that's my review. I thought this was a lot of fun. Even just single player, you can't play 2-player due to hardware limitations, and just I think how powerful the game is for a late NES title. That they can only do 1 player in it, and you can play as the 3 characters. I remember playing the original Final Fight on the Super Nintendo, and I believe the big controversy about that was that you can only play as, I think, Cody and Hagar, and they cut out Guy, who I think was in the arcades. It's been a long time. Played that way back when I was a kid in the arcade and Super Nintendo. And recently I picked up the Sega CD Final Fight that that does have all 3 characters and 2-player co-op, but more powerful hardware there. Gonna have to run through that at some point. But yeah, Mighty Final Fight though, as a cutesy spin-off for the 8-bit console, I thought they did a really, really good job with it. It is a nice collector's item and a hidden gem for the system. I'm really proud to own this CIB, and I'm glad that it's off the backlog. I had a lot of fun with it, but yeah, it's off the backlog and back on the shelf into the collection forever. But yeah, so really fun, highly recommended. Play it on emulation if you have to. And that's it. 8 out of 10 for Mighty Final Fight. And have a good night.